Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Breakfast Spelunky for the 15th of May, 2020. I'm your host, Andy Nealon. I'm co-host of the Spelunky Show. I managed to squeeze it in after all. Last week I said I wasn't going to do it. Somehow I managed to drive to a place I had to go, come back. Now I'm doing this. Let's see how it goes. I don't know. And then I have to drive back afterwards, so I have about an hour. But I did beat the Spelunky on the PlayStation Network this morning, which wasn't a super hard run. I'm gonna say it had a spaceship with a jetpack and all. It was very generous, right? Tons of bombs, 50 bombs at some point, lots of ropes. I played it safe. I actually used my resources. I don't know if Brett's around, but I did it. I used the bombs. I ended on just a few bombs. I kind of finally used the stuff. Docky says, I thought this was canceled. Is this a trick? Succubus stream. Yeah, it's just called the Succubus stream. Perfect. That way I don't have to feel bad if I die. Yep, Brett's here. Nice. Hacksaw says, let's see if he yells more than usual. So now I'm wondering if that's a reference to today's Steam Daily, because it's hard to beat. Maybe. I don't know if Hacksaw wants to give me any insights on this, or whether I just yell a lot, or if my audio levels are wildly off. If any of these are the case, let me know. Let's see who else is here. Forbit Friday. Hey everyone. Hey Johns. Hey Sporeprint Brett. Appreciate you could all make it. Yell more than usual is a succubus joke. This is where I reveal that I'm really bad at getting jokes and puns. I wish sometimes I had a thick German accent so people would understand that culturally I'm not from here, but I don't, so it's confusing. I get it. But, hey Reneko, hi Rocklight, fake the accent. I can't. It's the weirdest thing. If I try to fake a German accent, I kind of sound like Arnold. Yes, I can't do it. When I actually hear Germans speak English, to have an accent, I can't mimic that. And any Hollywood movie that tries to mimic German accents that aren't Germans is a disaster. And I think because I speak English with no accent, I can't pull it off. It's really hard to do well. I can speak accent-free German, which makes it 10 times weirder. Okay, that's too much excursion for today. So let's get this show on the road. Because as always, if I don't beat this really quick, Tripma says, "Hey all, have a good day, have a good one. One can hope." Let's see. I kind of think the music's not strictly necessary in this game, right? But one thing I do find is that if I have the audio levels down like this, I guess I could just turn it up on my end. Let's do that. I kind of like to hear at least the effects, right? If anyone thinks this is too quiet on your end and the audio mix is off, let me know. Docky says, my partner's job is to translate English puns into German. She hates it. Yeah, Germans aren't punny or funny. Oh, no. That's gonna be 2 hits minimum. Oh, boy. This is already going swimmingly. Yeah, I bet it's terrible. How do you translate puns? It's pretty quiet. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Weird. Let me turn up the... Weirdly enough, so that might have done a little bit on your end. Because weirdly enough, it sounds quiet to me too, and I don't know exactly why. I can also go in here. There we go. Okay, if the effects are too loud now, let me know. Okay. Might be a tad too hot. Let's try that. Short of a physical mixer, I can mix everything here like crazy now because we had to do so much of this for class. Turns out no student project has good audio mix, and it's always too loud. And of course, a prototype doesn't have a menu with a volume setting, so you always have to open up the Windows audio mixer, which is the weirdest piece of software. It's literally feels like it's a leftover from Windows 95. Why don't you steal Stream Spelunky over Zoom? I've done that before, but I do it for, you know, in-class stuff. Like, I'd rather have it on Twitch. Right. This is archival. I can also put it up on YouTube afterward. It gets viewed by all of 50 people a week, but that's fine. Right. See? Tobias, again, even the German who makes a joke, assuming you're German, I think you're German, I don't even get the German jokes. I'm terrible at this. Entertainment value equals 0. Man, I don't like ropes. This is not the time when I want the crates to contain ropes. Stop it. Okay. I also, well, I'm at 3 health, so a dart won't insta-kill me. But I still don't like it particularly. Okay. Let's trigger that spider. Where are we? 1, 2. No need to worry yet that I haven't seen the Udget Eye. Let's still go over there for... Oh, there's the shop. Okay. No bombs. Yeesh. Well, I guess I'm getting all this and even that, because why not? Get in here. I think we're out. Yep, we're out. Okay, let's see what I got here. Yeah, Brett says not only weird, it's just awful. Excel audio leveling windows is rough between apps. Wish there was someone for apps to expose their max and average and have it all get adjusted auto-magically. Yeah. Egnarola. Hey, Egnaroha. Ever try to get the habit of picking up rats to block air traps? I have not. I've only learned about a month and a half ago, I think even on this stream. I have not yet, and I know I should because I know that it just blocks the arrows, right? Chris Hall, what's the mystery package for? Oh, that's a parachute. It's not a mystery. Oh, come on, really? It's not a mystery package. Yeah, it's the parachute. Not an amazing item. Like, it's cost me more dailies than helped, because sometimes it triggers in the most inopportune moment when you really need to get somewhere quicker. Oh, come on. Oh, man, that would have been a bummer. At least I didn't get hit by... Okay, there's a shop there. So at least it has some good stuff. Is this gonna... Okay, I got 3 bombs. I don't think... This is risky. I'm gonna do it. I don't think it's gonna trigger the shop. It didn't trigger the shop, thank God. Okay, let's do that. Oh, come on. No. Not again. Not again. Let's not try this standoff nonsense again. Ugh. Bats. See, normally... Well, whatever. That's the quality of Spelunky, right? None of this stuff is really dangerous. It's like, oh, come on, that bat. But I'm bleeding health here because I'm doing a bad job. Okay, this is going to be hopelessly inefficient, but I don't want to use a rope. I have 13 ropes. Why do I care? So I normally probably at 4 health wouldn't be running after... Oh, I also have the Man, I have the gloves. Wish! Spelunky Grandmaster. So please don't walk into... okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can let you trigger that. Okay, I don't have that yet. I don't have any of this stuff. This is all really good stuff. Yeah, so the Matic is obviously a strong item at this phase of the game. It's obvious. Well, there are... Oh, God. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I didn't want... This is going to be over super soon. If I don't pay attention now. So I definitely need that. I need you to not die. I'm going to... Oh, okay. So normally, obviously, at that point, you sacrifice the pug to Kali to eventually get the cup. But again, that is not the state that we are in right now. Oh my God, where's the key? Did I leave it up there? I left it up there, right? Wait, where's the... Oh, it's up. Oh my god, are you kidding me? How bad am I today? Okay, let's see if I can manage to not get murdered here. Okay, that was luckier than I had any right being. Okay, this is probably not the best place to escape to. Oh. Oh boy. I'm gonna look at you guys make fun of me in the chat the second I maybe get out of here. Maybe. So I want to get... Let's see. How do I do this? I might need to... This might take a moment because I'm at 1 health. Obviously at this point I don't want the ghost to kill me, but also I want to not have the Matic. Right, so what I have to do here is super boring, sorry. Oh, I do have the climb gloves. Oh my god, I keep on forgetting it. This is what happens when you're trying to move houses. Apartment into a house, I should say, to be more precise. Yeah, man, I totally have the gloves. So, it would have made sense for that specific part, right? But for the other one, I didn't need a rope. But also, I have 8 ropes, so who cares? Yeah, I could have also just skipped the daily today, but I did beat the PSN daily, so I kind of felt like I should at least give it a go to do the double daily. There we go. Okay. Okay, I probably missed like a million things in the chat, so let me look. Tobias says, have you been playing recklessly in the past few weeks because you'd rather go straight to playing Noita? Honestly, no. I like Noita a lot, but nowhere close to as much as Spelunky. By the way, my 8-year-old daughter, Tripmo, says, wants to know, since when did you start playing other characters than the Green Ninja? Is that when reserved for PC? No, what happened was I got a new PC that I moved from work, so it's my work PC, which is a lot better. It has like a RTX 2080 in it. And on that, I did not transfer the save, and the Steam version doesn't have cloud saves. So I basically had a fresh game. Like the first 2 or 3 runs were just like journal entry. It was pretty funny. You could have shifted the bomb into the corner to improve the blast radius. True. Yeah, 13. Yeah, Ix just shown up. Looks like you have found the optimal level of HP to play seriously. I have. Ix, I'm right there. I probably shouldn't have gone to 2. That was probably a mistake. Watch me die to an arrow trap now just because I went to 2. Died super early in this time, says Hexel. Docky relying on the jump whip attack seems bold. I don't know. Do you mean for the bats? I don't know how else to do it. Moving is hard. Oh yeah, Reneko says moving is hard. Congrats again on the new house, Sportprint. Thank you very much. We can't wait. 2 more weeks. Tomorrow in 2 weeks we're in. No fun making Andy. We all have those runs, right? Jumping from climb gloves is hard too. Using rope is safest. It's true. Yeah, the Steam version has not seen much of updates. No cloud saves, no run goes. Yeah, no. The Steam version doesn't get... I think the Steam version gets... Wait, let me get the mouse out of the way. The Steam version gets updated by the community, right? Oh, yeah, no, that wasn't the jump-matic. The jump rope is trivial, right? Like, that's just... You just press both buttons. The jump-matic is the weird one, right? The other week I said, oh, I can do it pretty reliably now. And then I literally the next day tried to do it a couple of times, and I couldn't do it once. Right, so I was like, wait a minute, why was that so easy yesterday? And it's just like some weird timing thing, right? Huh. Maybe. So I'm playing on an Xbox controller right now. Matic first, right? Yeah, I'm playing on an Xbox controller right now, and I think that maybe it's just that the way I press the buttons on this and the order is a little bit different. Because I'm not doing this reliably, right? Like, Ix is telling me to press Matic first. Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck getting me to be that precise. Like, maybe I could have pulled that off in my I'm okay at Street Fighter 4 days. But those days are over, I think. That was like a decade ago. Okay, let's get out of here. Docky says the Steam version has that nasty bug where it screws up your PC horribly if you Alt F4. Oh, I did not know that. Because I try not to Alt F4 ever. Well, at least we're getting the black market super soon, which is always a nice thing. So let's see if I can remember now that I actually have the gloves. Because normally, you know, given that there's a... So obviously the pug is somewhere... So I still have 8 ropes. I'm at 2 health. I kind of feel like... Yeah. Okay, this was obviously good. Oh, let's not be a little bit careful here. This is obviously smart, right? Like, oh, also there's like a billion crates here. Yeah, let's not be stupid. Like, sometimes I want to get out right away when I see that, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, you're at 2 health. There's a lot of goodies around here. Let's still at least grab them. A thing that, again, that is funny. I guess I'm going to get the pneumatic. That we just talked about on the show last night with respect to Noita, right? Like, you can go crazy in that game gearing up for future stuff, right? Like, one of our listeners was like, oh yeah, I beat the daily today on the first try. I spent approximately 7 hours with it. And I was like, what? So cool, but also what? 7 hours? Okay, let's put you there for a second. Like, even when I was a younger man, did I probably not want to spend 7 hours playing a run-based game, right? Which is also why I don't play NetHack or Brogue for that matter, right? Which I'd like to get into because I think Brogue's amazing. Rocklight. We need a Rivals episode with both Zach and Zachtronics Zach. Ooh. I like it because there's a whole documentary called Zach Likes, which I always confuse with Zach Age, but it's Zachtronics Likes. Ix says I have a batch file on my desktop to force exit for when Spelunky hangs like that for when quitting. I've never had that problem. Weird. Sparpernef, pneumatic. Nice. Nice hack. Alt F4. Oh yeah, okay, want that. Blah blah blah. 7 hours in Noita. Yeah, Docky says 7 hours in Noita is awful. I don't think I'd have a good time. Right? Bring Zach from Kingdom of Loathing. Well, maybe. Renico, I really like comparing daily stories with people. I do too on things where that I don't have to write a 7-hour travel log. I really wanted a Zachtronics episode. Yeah, I think that would be a good episode, right? A Zachtronics episode would obviously be a good episode. We had Zach Barth visit NYU a couple years ago, and he gave a really great talk, and we had dinner with him afterwards, so I can vouch for the qualities. Reneko discussing the pros and cons. I also want something that you can easily fit into a fairly busy evening. Right. Well, you know, everyone wants something different. It's hard. Game design is hard. Ugh, I don't like that. Let's try not to get devoured. Okay, at least some bombs. I have 1 bomb. Oh, good. Okay, so we're getting somewhere now. So I'm just gonna, you know, I don't need this money anymore. Let's just do this. Yeah, sometimes people say, like, why did you buy that there? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't need the money for anything anymore. Like, I'd rather have it, like, now, right? So now I'm going to do... Whoa, probably should have picked up the glue. I probably should have picked up the glue, because now... Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Okay. Good. Go down, guys. Go down. Did I not... Oh. I didn't want to do that. Good. Okay. So again, that was a total and utter brain fart, right? Like I had no business there not picking up the glue first. Okay. Where are we here? Okay. So I don't like this one bit because this is a meat shield. Okay, a couple of bullets usually go in underneath it. Okay, so I got that. Let's see what's going on down there. Not a whole lot, it turns out. I have the spiky boots, so now let's just do this and hope that that first bomb solves all our problems. It does. So I don't want to waste bombs here, right? So I'm going to go all the way around and see if I can't make it. I know this is, again, potentially an unnecessary risk, as is everything. Yeah, because those guys are actually probably locked behind that piece of geometry that I'm now going to just circumvent by going this way. right? Because I don't want to waste bombs on bombing my way down there. Yeah, let's get out of here. Okay. What's in here? Docky says Zach likes was the 20 minutes of Call of Duty gushing. I like how you can't get over that. Yeah, I felt that he was going a little bit off the deep end there, but I also like that game a lot, right? It's weird. I can look past the skin to some extent. Reneko says, "What? You mean the answer to every game design problem isn't they should make games like the way I like them?" Like even yesterday, well, whatever. I don't want to take away from the show, right? I was called on like, well, how would you redesign that? And I'm like, you can't do that. There's certain steps that you can't take, right? Also, it's not my game, right? I can make suggestions, but I'm really reluctant, like even in class, to give like, I have the solution to your design problem style feedback to students, right? It's not. It's complicated. It's design. It's art. It's not the same as your cup has a hole, right? See, I'm screaming. It says Zach posted a mod on the Discord yesterday to increase or standardize the mana regen in wands in Noida. Yeah, Zach has a much more open relationship to modding games than I do. Is a very simple way to say this, right? John's 14. I was remembering you could jump onto the plants with the spiky boots. Is that wrong? I know you're trying to lure me in there. I think, pretty sure that's an insta-kill. Unless I'm totally off. Docky says I always try to spend my money before triggering the shopkeeps. Smart. Don't do that, John. See, thanks. All right, no clue why I was misremembering that. Reneko, I normally use 3 bombs at the Ankh shop just to be sure. I usually use 2 and hope that the one that drops down kills. Docky, I love that money is worthless at this point. I want more games to make one of their major components useless. I think in a lot of games, there's a lot of stuff that's early game that just becomes massively worthless later. It's just that some games mask that really well. Like, for example, let's see. For example, I wrote, you can look this up. I wrote a paper one year on Ascension, like a really good deck building game, in my opinion. And there are clearly cards in that game, right? That while you're, and the same holds true for obviously for something like Dominion, like any other like deck building game where you're building the deck, right? There are clearly cards that in the early game are amazing pickups that are garbage late game, right? I say clearly, and it's maybe not that clear to a beginner, right? So that's a skill that you build over time, right? Okay, let me pause this briefly. Docky says design isn't solutions, about clarifying needs and purpose, which again in a game pretty hard, right? Not as clear cut as in other design fields is all I'm going to say, and I'm going to write a book about that someday. Reneko says, have you tried Star or Hero Realms? I have tried both. Sorry, I have not tried Hero Realms. I've tried Star Realms. I liked it a lot. I really liked it a lot. I've only played it once or twice. Yeah, that's why you have scrapping in those games, right? I actually think it's not a bad thing for a game to have parts that are just absolutely useless after a while, and they serve their purpose in some part, and then later on you have to mitigate and like, you know, navigate around it. Okay, I think that did it. I like that in games. I don't think that's a bad thing, right? Like, I still love the Dominion balancing feedback loop. I don't know why I stuck around to see that explosion, right? I think it's fine that decks get worse at the end in Dominion because they're full of points before the useless point cards. Docky, one of my favorite things in Into the Breach and Spelunky is that they often give you no reward for kills beyond narrative satisfaction. Yep. Dominion is a classic. That's true. Good call, Reneko. Also, someone asked me the other day which expansion they play, and I was just like, Prosperity, by a million miles. Hexel blows my mind. Dominion is still making expansions. Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of stopped after the main expansion. Maybe they're great. I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to it. Docky says Noida's money reward per kill is weak, in my opinion. I'm also not a big fan. It's busy work, in my opinion. Reneko, even if Themia is kind of weak. Fix Spelunky. Web gun projectile, ignore gravity, freeze ray. No pushback, machete. Remove from game entirely. It's true. I think the machete could go. Yeah, and the web gun projectile ignoring gravity, that would be pretty cool. I agree. Vlad's cape, allow cape float mechanic more than one instance with the double jump. Yeah, because no one uses it because you die, because you don't know how to. You've been taught to use it in a different way, right? With the other cape. Okay, do I care about any of this stuff? So the only thing, honestly, that I care about right now is that I want to come down in this game in such a way that that doesn't happen. So I was hoping to not have the shopkeeper get triggered by anything. Also, I have the feeling that shopkeeper is going to die to ticky traps. So we don't really have to worry about that too much. Right? That's true. Right? Yeah. Come on, man. Just die already. Okay, so maybe we do it like this, right? So I'm going to do this stupid, probably terrible idea thing where I'm just going to, like, shoot from afar. There we go. The coward's way to win. Okay, so let's not jinx this. Wait, where's the... Oh, it's there. You know, every time I would say that this is an unnecessary risk, but also I understand the ritual of grabbing that other shotgun. So I know that money means nothing, but this is just too easy to pick up. Ick says, I do kind of like including terrible items that kill the player like Vlad's cape, but getting it in 5-1 is less fun. I agree. Although the first time I died to it was pretty funny. Sportprint, ever find yourself Magic player from 90s thinking that whatever happened to Darwin Castle, Star Realm? Oh, yeah, there's a lot. So Star Realm is also like Ascension, right? Is by Justin Gary, I think, right? Like he's also like, he's a Hall of Famer, right? He's a Magic Hall of Famer. Wait, he's not. I think he's up for, I think they constantly consider putting him in the Hall of Fame. Or maybe he is a Hall of Famer? I don't know. Docky says, I wonder how much the items were designed to look like other items, like snakes and gems or shotgun being lost on the brown floor. Tobias says, money means nothing. The whole point of Spelunky is to get as much money as possible. We all know that it's front and center. I mean, it is on a scoreboard level, but I couldn't care less, right? Like, I did, like, way back, I did a couple of, like, ghost money stuff runs, and man, is that boring. It's so boring, right? And we a lot of people asked Derek to remove that. 3-1, let's get out of here. Right? And Derek was like, nah, it's like, that's what the community does now. Right? And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to ever do a ghost run. Docky says, are there any magicians that play Magic the Gathering? I bet there are. I don't know. Ick says, the point of Spelunky is to bait Andy into going to the mothership. That's potentially true. You got me to go into it once. Okay, this is the level I can die on. Right, so but still, I'm going to do this thing that I always do here. Well, first of all, let's still get some stuff. I'm still going to try to find the pug so that I get to 5 health. That's in the shop. Nothing worthwhile. Okay. Okay. You know what I noticed that I totally whiffed on? Like last week, not last week, this week, we had the end of year expo, Games Expo at USC. And I mean, I think I posted it on the Discord. Maybe, I'm not sure. Let's not go in there. See, because there's a danger that they'll just go in there when I'm not paying attention. Die here, yeah. Sorry, I know I was making that a little bit too weird. So there's a it was amazing. We had a bunch of cool people like Anthony Carboni and Day Nine, and a bunch of like streamers whose names I'm going to forget now, who were amazing, right? And played our students' games on their streams, and we shared it. And we had Mark Hamill on the show, and T-Pain said a couple of cool words to our students, and Judd Apatow, and it was pretty nice. It was a really nice event, and you got to see a bunch of like prototyped or like production quality games that are made by our students that are amazing, right? Not maybe not ready to like immediately be published yet, but like hopefully we'll see a lot of these games come out in the future. They're really, really cool. I'm very partial to Retronomicon because it originated in my class, so shout outs to that team here. But there's a lot of stuff going on at USC that's amazing. Sorry for the ad. I don't know who Real Goose is. Maybe someone from the Goose Game. Okay. Where am I? So I'm kind of... Sometimes I just zone out. So right now I'm totally zoned out, which means I'm not... No, don't worry. I still want to... It's more important to me, believe it or not, after all these years, it's still more important for me... You're going to go into that nook, right? Yep. To beat this daily double thing, right, of mine. It's more important to me... Then going into the mothership. Rio Goose says Twitch won't start the stream for me. Sorry, I hope it's working for everyone else. Tobias says wasn't Outer Wilds originally a USD project? It was. It was an advanced games project at USC that a bunch of people... Oh boy, this is gonna get me... 2 health. Not good. It was an advanced games project that got made into a finished game because a lot of people who played it believed in it so much that they backed it and supported it. Let's get rid of that first. Real Goose says I have audio right now only. I hope everyone else has video. I'm still... I can pause for a second. I'm surprised you didn't climb to grab the pug. Someone is confident with their last 5 hearts. I mean, the pug's right there, right? I'm going to probably get it. Love the sound the grasshoppers make. Rocklight says, I'm not American, so can someone boast to me about what that university is? They all have video. Oh, it's on my end. It's on your end, the Real Goose. Sorry. Rocklight, full disclosure, I'm a professor at the University of Southern California in the Interactive Media and Game Design program. And it's been consistently ranked for #1 by the Princeton Review. People may think differently about the quality of such rankings, so I'm always a little bit reluctant to just straight up say we're amazing. But we are, like, my somewhat biased opinion is we're very good. Like, our students do amazing work. I don't like this. Let's trigger this. Let's go. Let's do that. I don't think that's going to hit me. Right, it's not going to hit me. So I don't want to... This doesn't look good. This doesn't... I'm not a huge fan of what's going on here, but the shopkeep also doesn't have... Oh, no! Doesn't have a... Oh, wow, that was weird. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Man, I do not like... Let's get the hell out of here. This feels dangerous. Let's see. Donkey, the abandoned pug was back in the ice stages. Oh, and I also didn't get the pug. Ick says it's a place we hang out after high school for 14 years partying. I guess sometimes making video games. Rocklight says if we were speaking German, I'd call you Z or my language equivalent. Wir können gerne Deutsch sprechen. Ich kann direkt umstellen. Kein Problem. Und selbst dann würde ich das Sie nicht annehmen. So I just don't like... I'm not a huge fan of like the language formalisms of Germans and Japanese. I get it, but I don't. I didn't even use it when I lived there. Like I never was a huge fan of people doing the whole like Herr Professor thing. Although I have some people who do it here too. Whatever works. I'm not judging. Um, I don't know if that. Why did I go in there? I only have 8 bombs. Yeah, come on. Let's use that to go back up there. Yeah, Rocklight is just a thing. Yeah, I know. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I lived there for 29 years. My mom's born in Germany. I was born in the U.S., but I'm a huge fan, right? Like I came back to the U.S. because it was extremely hard. You're gonna love this one, maybe. I got my PhD pretty late in life, so as a result, I couldn't get an introductory professorship in Germany. I was too old, right? So I had to move somewhere else. And then when I exited, they were like, "Why aren't you staying here? You just got your education for free." I'm like, "Give me a job." So it was really weird on the exit interview. John says, "Never heard you speak German before. That was trippy." I love doing it because it's like if you speak German, you know that I don't have an accent, right? Gotta go. I'll check out the VOD. Good luck. Thanks, Ix. Rocklight says, and in Czech we have this crazy thing with allowing people to do them. Yeah. I think it's not entirely dissimilar in Germany. Docky says, I hear a lot about the C thing and game is when my partner grumbles about localization woes. Yeah. Tobias is from Norway, not Germany. Sorry, Tobias. I shouldn't always assume that just because you're in Europe, you're in Germany. Norwegian got rid of his honorifics a few decades ago. Wow. I think that's maybe because you're more agile and a smaller country and you can kind of get that stuff through faster. It happened pretty quickly. We only use it for the monarch now. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see. Let's let the, probably gonna get trapped. Come on, get it, take it. Oh, man. So let's get him back, right? Yeah, come back here. I don't know how much damage a single one of those locusts does, but I have no desire to find out. Okay, there. Yeah, because that locust spread is a thing, right? I also don't want to waste bombs here, but I'm kind of thinking, why would I not check out to see? Yeah, but this does make sense, right? I know that the shopkeeper's on the other side, so let's just bomb our way through here. So this doesn't look great. I've definitely seen... So let's go here. Okay, that was pretty straightforward. I think I should do this. Yeah. Okay, shopkeeper's still alive, so let's do that first. Okay. Because I definitely want to... So I've been messing this up lately. I've been trying to always, like, double bomb the shopkeeper here, but for some reason... Watch this. Man! Are you kidding me? So I don't want to have to deal with the shopkeeper, right? So I'm gonna... This is probably dangerous. But I'm definitely gonna try... Let's not get killed by what's ever in there. I'm gonna try to lob a bomb. Nope. Thanks, Scarab, for blocking... Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's just do this. I'd like a shotgun there, but it's not worth it. Swedish got rid of grammatical gender. Yeah, you not having an accent was the trippy... John says, yeah, you not having the accent was the trippy part. I'm German. Right. Yeah, I know. I'll never get that shock effect again, so I had to do it once. Okay, Reneka says, like, Swedish got rid of grammatical gender, sort of. We need to nix the gender rubbish in the German. Yeah, I get it. There are two grammatical genders in Swedish, common and neuter. What? Interesting. It's 3 genders. Yeah, Germany does too, right? Der, die, das. Genders. It's the neuter, right? It's not gender. I don't think we get rid of that anytime soon. That early double bomb. Yeah. Czechs and Norwegian Danes are pretty diverse represented here. Yep, they're all here. Don't know Scows could take bombs. Hacksaw, all the world loves Spelunky. I'm happy. It makes me happy that there are so many Europeans here because it means it's worth it for me to do this in the morning, right? That was being not questioned, but I was like, oh, it would be easier to just do it at night and have a drink and we'll all have a fun time, but I don't know. Let's do that. And double bomb that. Oh, 2 health, right? That's not good. Let's come on. Let's lure you over here, I think. Okay. So I do like reporting on this every now and then, right? So man, 0 bombs. Are you kidding? So this is probably going to be over, right? If I can't find bombs here, like I am not good enough at this game. So one of these should probably, nope. Okay. I mean, that's just straight up. I hate to report that that's probably straight up it, right? Like I'm not good enough at this game to do that. That trick where you like just have like stand left and right of Olmec. John Accent says, believe in yourself. I should, right? Okay, so, and the other thing is, it's super tricky, right? I have to get, okay, let's do this. Let's do a pause and see if anyone here knows what I need to do. Docky says, greetings from sunny Cambridge. Tobias, I hate Spelunky, but I'm just here to discuss Germanic linguistics. Cool. Totoro says, Totoro coffee-powered Spelunky is a morning tradition. Oh, man, and I didn't do it today. I knew there was something missing. Hacksaw says, fair. It's more late lunch Spelunky for me, but I don't mind at all. John, believe in yourself. You can do it. You can speak German again. Can you speak once to hear? Let's see. Trust your index, but I got down about halfway and it in a smear. Don't bum. Okay, ich versuch's jetzt mal. Also mal schauen. Das war viel zu früh. Bisschen weiter rüber. Noch ein Stück. Noch ein Stück. Okay, das könnte jetzt passen. Das könnte eventuell passen. Ich schaue jetzt mal. Ich bringe den Olmec jetzt noch ein bisschen weiter rechts und dann geht's wieder. Okay. Is that enough, Docky? Did you get enough German? Did you sample enough German for a German techno track? Okay. So let's keep on drilling here. Right? This is not bad, I think. Okay. So now I'm going to walk away a little bit again. See, the thing is, I wish... Let's see if I can get this to work. That's not great. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh no, oh no. I didn't think you could actually... What? Oh my god, this is so hilarious. Okay, let's get the hell out of here. Okay, where is it? It's here, right? It's here. So I can't, unfortunately I can't, so let's do that. Maybe that's a good way. Nope, that wasn't that great. Let's drill in here. Nope, nope. Okay, so now I think Olmec's far down enough that Olmec can't actually get back out again. Right? Is that true? I might not. Oh, no, don't. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's get out of here. Oh man, you actually built yourself a frickin' staircase. Okay, let's get over here. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, no! Are you kidding me? Are you... I tried. I really tried. I tried. It almost worked well. It almost worked well. Let's see what I got here. Reneko says no bombs at the roofline. None. Zero. Turbo says this is the best I've ever seen. This is the best I've ever done. That is by far the best I've ever done on getting Olmec out of there and making it to hell. That would have been amazing. Deep fake that, yeah. Olmec Mining Co. Hey, I tried. It almost worked. Nailbiter, best stream in ages. Thanks. No, so close. Yeah, I tried. Thanks for clipping this so much, guys. This is really fun. Olmec looks so smug in that death screen. Yeah, I mean, see, all I would need to do, right? We talked about this yesterday on our show that's going to go up later today. All I would need to do is actually just watch a YouTuber do that. But I don't say, bye, Tripmos. Thanks for a great entertaining run, Andy. Have a great day, everyone. I don't do that because I like, if Zach did it or someone on the Discord, maybe I'd look at it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to like try to like min-max the game using available information on the internet. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I personally am not a big fan for myself, right? I'd prefer to like figure that stuff on my own. And if I really can't get through it, then I'd maybe look it up, right? I remember playing version 0.25 or 0.3 of Minecraft. And yeah, you would have never crafted the stuff that you could craft there if you didn't look it up in like the journal that was like this nice PDF you could find. Someone had actually made the effort to like take the wiki and put it into like a like parchment style PDF that made it look like you stumbled across a hidden scroll, which made it feel much more fun for me. Docky says, min-maxing is an interesting exercise, but not how I play games I enjoy. I only do that for games I'm working on or games I dislike. Yeah, and because I don't work on a whole lot of games anymore, like I do it for student games, right? When I'm trying to review a game, I really play through it, but I always tell the students the point at which I am now playing it because I'm their professor and where I'm really not having a good time anymore, right? That might happen after a minute, might happen after 5 minutes, might not happen at all, might happen after 2 seconds, right? Because the controls are just like not to my liking or something, right? That doesn't mean it's a bad game, it just means that's the part where I don't like it. Because there's a huge difference between a game being, and I don't want to say objectively bad, but let's say that like 90% of people who play it, who would normally like that kind of game, think it's not a good game, right? Maybe at that point you have to admit that the game is not great, even if it's not a binary proposition. And not liking it myself, right? A game may be something that 95% of people adore, and I cannot, it's just not for me. I can still acknowledge that it's a good game. It's just maybe not my thing, right? I know that may sound like semantics, but it's pretty important to me that I get that right? Because I do think, as a professor, I do hold myself to a certain standard. Doc says, ordering that you're having an unpleasant and pleasant time during a session is so helpful. Yeah, yes, exactly. It's like, it's the kind of feedback that I think is helpful when you're working on a game where sometimes you can feel it. Like you can see the people like not being into it, and you're like, even if they tell me now that they like, nice game, I'm like, yeah, I don't think you actually had a good time. Rocklight says, what's a disliked game that you like? A disliked game? Oh, there's a lot, I think. Well, first of all, I don't really think that Spelunky is a heavily, I mean, it's a very popular game at this point, but I don't think it's a very liked, like, I don't think a lot of people just like, oh, this is amazing. It sounds like it now, right? But trust me, when this game first came out, it wasn't the game it was now, right? But other games, let's see. I actually started playing a little bit of Ancestors, that weird Patrice Desilets game, the guy who made the first 2 Assassin's Creed, and people seem to hate that game a lot. And I kind of like it. Another game that I think people didn't like in the beginning, but then, of course, when Terry Kavanagh was on the show, he's like, when we asked him what his favorite game was the last decade, he said The Long Dark, right? And not even the latest version. I don't think people like The Long Dark a whole lot, but I think Like I have a friend who's not a core gamer who right now is addicted to the Long Dark, right? So I think there are examples. A lot of those games that I initially like latch onto then become good later, or people later on realize that it was actually a good game, so I feel almost vindicated. But also I don't care, right? If people, I don't need other people's. It helps, right? Like I like if there's a community that rallies around a game like Spelunky. Let's see. Docky says, when I give audio feedback, I love to explain my motivation and disappointments. Yeah, I think if you can't give candid feedback to people who are asking you for feedback, then it's not very useful feedback. Docky also said, oh, Hacksaw, is that the monkey game? Yeah, it's the monkey game, Hacksaw. It is the monkey game for sure. So you start off as a chimpanzee. It's so obtuse, unnecessarily so, right? But it's really trying to make a point. Docky says, I don't enjoy Steven's sausage roll, but I admire it so much. There you go. And I think that if you ask like a good sampling of developers about Steven's sausage roll, you may find that sentiment, right? That a lot of people are like, this is clearly amazing, right? Because it's another one of those games where it doesn't give you power-ups. You just level up. But you level up on a discrete level, so it's not just... It's crazy. But I played the first 100 or so puzzles until I got up to puzzles where I was just like, okay, now this is work. I can't do this. Maybe I'll get back to it one day. Rocklight says, doesn't Ancestors have like intentionally clunky controls? A little bit. But it's actually not as bad as some things that I don't want to speak about right now, but because you'll hear it later on the show. John says, he's your friend, Docky. Come on. One of my best friends. Tobias, SSR is a great example. Humble brag. I did 100 plus SSR levels. I guess it's like, yeah, you know what? I got nothing. You're right. It's a humble brag. It has 400 plus puzzles, right? So I felt like after bailing after 100, I was like, oh, you got me, right? But up to that point, there are a couple of, they're really spiky, right? There are a couple of like puzzles that you're just like, there's no way this doesn't have a solution. There's like, if I just brute force the decision tree here, it would, my algorithm, my depth first search algorithm would come back and say, sorry, right? But it turns out it's wrong. It has a solution. And sometimes you figure it out and it's amazing when it happens. MTG Fetch, hey, that's how I feel about Baba Is You. It's completely amazing. We came really nuts after 30 or so puzzles. Yeah, I definitely didn't get, I don't think I got 100 puzzles into Baba Is You. Right? I think I quit about like the first world or something. And I tried the harder levels and they always looked kind of similar. And I was half an hour on like killing myself over this one. And I was trying a solution, didn't work. Then I tried the solution, did work. Turns out the solution I did for the first one was the solution to the second one. So the second one I beat in like 30 seconds. Docky says, Johnny's gonna be friendly with me, is accepting the fact that I don't enjoy your game. Dear Lord. LOL. That's fine. That's fine. I don't think I'm going to start a Noita run today because it's already 11:24. So let's just chat about this a little bit more. Let me go back to the... Actually, you know what? Let's keep it on this screen. This is just fine. Rocklike says, I haven't had the chance to listen to every episode yet. Do you ever talk about the design bizarrum that is Blows the Witness? So we haven't... It's definitely come up. I think I don't know what the split is. I really like it. I had a great time playing it. Nick, I think, was even involved in it in some way, shape, or form. Because it was in the days when he was still like in developer relations at Sony. He may even have been the lead person there. John says, "Get Blow on the show." I'd like that. I'd consider myself friends with Jonathan Blow. I think he has a bunch of opinions that I don't share. That's fine, right? I think that's actually probably more interesting. I think it's amazing he's trying to make his own program. There's a lot of stuff we could talk about with Jonathan Blow. So we'll see. So yeah, we haven't specifically talked about the design of The Witness. My thing with The Witness is that I wish it was... I want it to be closer to Animal Crossing so I can hang out on that beautifully lush island that is amazingly gorgeously rendered and is a place I liked to be the 30 odd hours that I was in it. Let's see. Rocklight says one of the main splits is the random waiting around. Oh, for some of the puzzles? Yeah. Well, first of all, it does that typical thing, right, where you don't have to solve all the puzzles to get to the final puzzle, but most of them you want to, right? So, but the random waiting around, I get that because, oh my God, if you want to talk about, well, random, I don't know how random it is. The witness has procedural content. It does, but as far as I can tell, that procedural content is only in the post credits game, right? The puzzles in the caves are incredible sequence. Yeah, it is not random though. It blows. You mean the cave, the cave sequence? It's pseudo random at the very least, right? Docky says I really love the respect that every game and developer gets with a Spelunky show like crew. Docky, I could speak a lot to that, right? Because that was a huge low element of our DNA when we first sat down together to figure out what the show was going to be, right? Because all of us very much wanted it to be a place where we can be candid about games, but also understand that, again, we're not discussing the failings of a bridge that collapsed and killed people, right? Yeah, Tobias says the waiting. Oh, the waiting is not random, right? The cave is random. Well, again, pseudo-random up to a point. There's a part in that also isn't random, right? But I may have talked about this before. There's a part in a puzzle, a very specific puzzle in Outer Wilds, which is not as I think about it, and it's not even on the critical path. But you don't know that it's not on the critical path, and you have to be in a very specific spot at a very specific time to get to a very specific plot point that I actually liked. I felt it was unnecessarily punitive, right? So it also didn't feel good when you finally figured it out. There are a couple of things in that game that I may have mentioned this here before, right? Last year I said my top 3 games I want to play in 2020 are Outer Wilds, Disco Elysium, and Death Stranding. And if you had asked me before, I would have said that the ranking's probably Outer Wilds, Disco Elysium, and Death Stranding, and you can flip that, right? Because I actually thought they were all amazing, but I really, really was surprised how off-putting some of the stuff in Outer Wilds was to me. And it's not the physics, because I really love the physics. Docky says, I know that every game isn't to every person's taste, and I love that you care and consider it. Yeah, I try, right? Because it's like, I can't just say, Blow should remake La Mulana. Yeah, that video of John talking about the design merits of La Mulana is amazing. Tobias says, nothing on computers do is random. That's pretty true, right? Docky, I can tell you lots of great things about games. I don't enjoy terrible things about games. I love games in many aspects. Exactly. Yeah, Tobias, computers aren't, but you can hook it up to an external random generator that is maybe random or not. Who knows? And then that can help. John says Ash Twin. Yeah, there was that part where, I'm not even spoiling, whatever. There's a part where you have to be where there's like all the brambles. And then it's like you have to be there when it fills up with sand right at the moment when it fills up the bottom brambles. But then there's top brambles that immediately kill you. And I'm like, oh my God, really? Now I'm curious what you mean in Outer Wilds. That's what I mean in Outer Wilds. Oh, and the other thing was on the Interloper, that place where when it comes close to the sun. Sorry, Outer Wilds spoilers. There's a part where it melts so you can get into it. Again, not on the critical path to actually solving a game, but it's a very critical plot point, I find. Finding that entrance and where it exactly opens up, unnecessarily complicated. Just point to it, right? Like when I found it finally, it didn't feel good, right? I didn't feel like that had to be that obtuse. So much of the game is already obtuse. Of course, if you go back to the original version, it didn't even have a journal, right? So it was way more obtuse, right? So they already made a lot of concessions, and I'm pretty sure that what happened at the end is that they were just, at some point your game is done and you didn't fix everything, and that's fine. So I'm not holding this against them, to be clear. I still think Outer Wilds is an amazing achievement. It's an A+ in my book, right? But I can still find one or two things about it where I'm like, if I had been the producer on this, I probably would have pointed out that those are two things that didn't have to be as complicated as they were, right? Let's see. Disco Elysium is incredible. I fully agree. Wasn't that 1001 Spikes? Yeah. Oh yeah, it was 1001 Spikes. You're right, Tobias. It was not La Mulana. My bad. Sorry. That is a valid correction. Yeah, I was referring to the video of Jonathan Blow talking about 1001 Spikes. Humans are an external random generator, says Docky. Yep. I didn't think 1000 was. It wasn't. It wasn't. He just he was talking about like good design, and just talking about like here's an example of something that he finds to be extremely good design. John Axon said, I like the Mario 64 skating inside the interloper. I loved that too. Most of the locomotion in Outer Wilds that actually, honestly, when you listen to people like Patrick Klepek talk about it, or other people like Jeff Gersman, they're just like, I hated that part, right? And I'm like, I get it. It's hard and not always great, right? And it has that like auto adjust. It takes a moment to get used to, right? Tobias says best game of the decade in my opinion. Yep, I think it's very good. I liked playing Death Stranding better than Outer Wilds, that's for sure. Hacksaw says, I see. I was confused a little bit because I don't think that Blow has a cameo in that game. He does not, as far as I can tell. Doggy says, my favorite thing about 1001 Spikes is the discrete low and high jump. So good. Yeah, which I think is also a thing that John points out as like a cool aspect of it. Yeah, I also didn't get very far. I always wanted to go back, and man, we are and have been for a while in like a embarrassment of riches when it comes to like the quality and amazing creativity of games, not just video games or any games, role-playing games, weird narrative-based role-playing systems, right? Jeff Gersman was like the only person on Giant Bomb who didn't love Outer Wilds for the game of the year. Yeah, no, and I get it, right? I saw both sides of that, and I can see how the rest of the crew was frustrated. They still made it the game of the year, right? So it's not like Jeff blocked that. Just voice his opinions, and I appreciate that. Tobias says, what about the cameo? What about the cameo in Spelunky? Not sure exactly what you mean. Not sure where the cameo is in Spelunky. But it is 11:33, and I have to probably get back to the house because I'm getting the internet and all that stuff. Donkey, what about the... Oh, okay. I don't like the cameos in Spelunky either. Yeah, I'm not... Whatever. Donkey. Got it. I was like, wait, what? There was a Blow cameo in 1001. I didn't know that. I did not know of that because I haven't played the game far enough. I more appreciate the credit that the people are mentioning in the credits because I'm playing right now with Colin Northway's cameo or character, right? And it's just like Colin was like the early game tester on that game, right? So I think it's it's a nice tip of the hat to like, thanks, man. You impacted this game for the better over the years that you've played it. Because I think I don't know if this still holds true or if it was for that game, but someone got RSI from playing too much Spelunky, and it may from playing like playtesting it, and it may have been Colin, because Colin is one of those people who can like just like, okay, I'm doing this, and then he'll just play. I can't do that, right? I can play a little bit, like an hour, and then I have to do something else, right? I maybe a slow story-driven game, like I probably played Death Stranding in sessions of 3 hours or something, but normally my attention span these days is very short, and then I have to do something else, which is why Spelunky is amazing. One of the many reasons why it's amazing. Okay, I'm going to sign off for now. I think the chat has died down. I am happy I still got to do this. I'm happy I had the energy and found the time slot. And my wife was teaching Pilates in parallel with the baby strapped to her chest. So thank you very much to my wife for helping. Hacksaw says, bye. Thanks for the scream. Very welcome, as always. Let's see. Stuff in the outro. We did the fourth a show of Into the Depths, the Noita miniseries yesterday, which is going to go up later today. It's on. You can find us on on Apple. It's called Apple Podcasts now. Tobias says thanks, Andy's wife. Yeah, she's cool. She's really really nice. Yeah, she's great. She's great. She's amazing. I got stupidly lucky. So yeah, so check that out on Apple Podcasts or on Libsyn or whatever your favorite. It's on Spotify, right? The Spelunky Show Like. It's the 4th series. We still are pretty general about Noita because guess what? A lot of us are garbage at it, except for Dennett. Actually, that's not true. Everyone's better than... Nick and I are clearly worse than Zach and Doug. But it's still fun to talk about. In 2 weeks from today, we're going to have at least Petri on the show. He's one of the 3 main developers of the game. I mean, we're going to have... I don't know how we're going to keep that show to 90 minutes, right? It's going to be so many conversations around design decisions, right? So that's going to be... I can't wait for that show. We haven't announced a show for next week yet. There's definitely a regular scheduled show. And then the show after that, in 3 weeks, we already know who the guest is, but we're not announcing it yet. Let's see. What it was the baby's fault. Yeah, random last minute question. Has Space Station 13 ever been discussed on the show? Oh, hey, New Obj. Nice to see you here. It has not. But trust me, due to the recent explosion in interest about that game on the Discord server, which I'm pretty sure you were deeply involved in, that has gone straight into the show notes for the future, right? That's why the Discord is amazing, right? That's why the Discord is amazing. Just side note, like after you posted the pictures of all your PAX games, I've never played any of those. And it helped me that you guys were talking about like which order I should look at them in. And I had seen PAX Pamir. I guess that's like the newest hotness on BGG. And I was just like, oh yeah, I should definitely check this out. As I should so many other things, right? It's just like absurd. Again, what an embarrassment of riches we lived in. So it's definitely in the show notes. The longer the better for your show. Oh, Petri is awesome. The only thing I miss about GDC is spending time with Petri. Yeah. PAX Pamir 2 is a great intro. Cool. I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, last year we had like on the last day, like after GDC, we like all got breakfast and brunch, and then we went for a hike in the woods. And yeah, I miss those guys. I miss everyone. That Space Station 13 is sick. It must be special. Yeah, I bet it is. But I definitely want to check it out. And man, you got a lot of people really excited with that Space Station 13 discussion. So yeah, we have content, like future content for, I don't know, at least a year, maybe more. I don't know. That's a great place to be in, right? Now we just always have to discuss, well, what are we going to do next? And then we push it around. Like right now, we're in the throes of figuring out what our next Into the Depths is going to be. Because in 4 weeks, we want to pick up a new game, right? So we'll see what we got there. And the diversity of the types of games that we're suggesting for that could not be crazier, right? So we're going pretty wide. It's like, I know it's like we're far, far away from roguelike radio at this point, I feel, which is where I want to be. So anyway, I am going to have to sign off. It's 11:39. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for being part of the community. Thank you for listening to the show. If you do any of those things, if you don't, I invite you to go to follow us on Twitter at the Spelunky Show Like. There's a pin at the top that's an invite to the Discord server, which is we don't have a Patreon yet. Maybe we will in the future, but as of now, that's all just join. Docky says, I'm so glad I played Noita thanks to this show. Yeah, I don't think I would have ever done that half deep dive, semi deep dive. And I honestly think you did it better than I did because, because I'm such a stickler for like, I want to play the designed version so I can have these conversations with them. And you did the extra health buff, and I probably should have done that because I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I can't A/B test it because I didn't try it. John says if Spelunky 2 came out tomorrow, you'd have to scrap so much content. Yes, but it's not coming out tomorrow. I have that on pretty good authority. But that's all I know. I don't know any dates, right? Thanks for the stream. It was a really fun episode. Thanks for joining, Docky. Rocklight says, as a poor student, I hope I at least don't get kicked out of the Discord. Would be Patreon only. That's never gonna happen. That is exactly, so I can assuage your worries right here and right now. That is never gonna happen. Anyone who's already on the Discord will not be retroactively removed at all, right? And in fact, maybe their Discord will never be Patreon only after a point. And the Patreon will just be, if you have $1 or $2 to spare, we would like to buy better equipment, that kind of stuff, right? But not the time right now, right? Let's get through this let's get through these weird times and be able to hug each other again in maybe 18 months from now. That's what I want. That's what I miss the most. I miss seeing people. I miss my friends. Zoom is only goes so far. Although weirdly, I now am part of a bar meetup in New York City again, even though I don't live there anymore. A bar meetup that I at some point co-started. So it's the weirdest of times. But I will be back in 2 weeks. Wait, is that true? I will try to be back in 2 weeks, because in 2 weeks and 1 day is our actual final moving day. And so I'll have to see where this stuff will be set up at that point. I may not be able to stream in 2 weeks, but I will next week. What am I talking about? This is not a 2 week show. I will next week. Okay, so with that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Be safe. Stay healthy. Try to keep your spirits up. Play games that make you feel good. Don't play games that make you feel bad. All right? Have a great week, everyone. And I will speak to you in 1 week. Take care.